Good morning, Raptor Freaks. Alexios here. It's Saturday morning. We're doing a Saturday Share the Love Club. And today we're doing a Share the Love Club for an unheralded, somebody who doesn't get enough credit for some things that he does for the team, Garrett Temple. Now, he's only on the team for 1 year this year. Could be back next year. Not totally sure. We don't know what's going to happen with Garrett. He turned 38 last month. So he is getting up there, and he's got to wonder this summer whether he's going to be blessed with another NBA season and another NBA contract. Who knows? We know that Garrett is very multi-talented, and no matter what happens with Garrett this summer, he's going to be okay. He's got all kinds of different horizons he can go off into and do very successful things. We were treated this year with Garrett calling 905 games at times. He visited the 905 once, and he was doing color commentary with the game, and he was absolutely really good, really, really good. So he's a great broadcaster. That's the thing. He could go into broadcasting after this. He would be so good at it. There's also the whole side of that he's studying the LSAT, that he is somebody who's interested in law and somebody who has a lot of experience around law and things like that right now. So in some ways, he may not come back to the NBA next season because he has to take the bar exam within a certain period of time after taking his LSAT. So yeah, if he wants to become a lawyer, in some ways, his NBA career may be done at this point. So there's all kinds of great options for Garrett Temple in his life. And people would be like, well, Lex, why are you talking about Garrett Temple? These would probably be the same people that are still asking the question is, why the hell was Garrett Temple even on our team this year? It was kind of mystifying at the beginning of the season, in the offseason, when we signed Garrett Temple to a 1-year contract. I was like, why? Why are we doing this? Don't we have Thaddeus Young? Don't we even have Otto Porter Jr.? I mean, these guys kind of fill that older veteran role on the Raptors, but I found out why more and more as the season went on. It wasn't like something that was frivolous. In some ways, you know what he is? Well, just like those little roly-poly bugs you see in the garden, yeah, those pill bugs. You know about those? They come in and they detoxify the ground of heavy metals. Did you know that? That those little roly green gray bugs that you see that roll up into a ball, they actually eat heavy metal, toxic, radioactive heavy metals in our ground, and they detoxify the soil. So in some ways, that is kind of the role of Garrett Temple. We had a toxic team last year under Nick Nurse, and a lot of confusion, a lot of weirdness where the team chemistry wasn't right. The vibes were wrong. In some ways, that's what Garrett Temple does. He fixes vibes. He fixes things as far as maybe the team's not being as professional as they should be, because he carries himself with a certain level of professionalism that is just rubs off on everyone around him. In some ways, when you have a young team like the Raptors are, with youngsters like Scotty and Grady and Emmanuel and RJ, you got to have an older vet that knows how to carry himself in the most professional ways to show the youngsters how it is. In some ways, the passing of the torch from the old to the new in the NBA is changing because vets are not as prevalent in the league as they were a couple years ago. They're aged out earlier in their career than they were in the 80s and the 90s, the 2000s. It's crazy just how much veterans just don't stick around in the NBA at this point. It really is a young man's league at this point. So having somebody like Garrett Temple around to kind of show the way for youngsters on how to conduct yourself as a professional, how to live an NBA life the correct way, is really, really, really healthy and good. It's very, very good. I know that Garrett really enjoyed this season with the Raptors, even though it was very challenging. He said that this is one of the most challenging NBA seasons he's ever been a part of, with all the trades and all the different things happening with the Raptors in the first season of Darko Rajakovic. In some ways, Garrett was so helpful because of all the ups and downs with what happened with trading Siakam and Anunoby and Schroeder out, that we needed that steady leadership throughout the whole thing. And then the second half of the season, we had to call his number more often. And he came off the bench. He started a few games and absolutely showed up in a professional way, ready to play when his number was called. So in some ways, Garrett did everything that the Raptors and Darko Rajakovic and Masai Ujiri asked of him this season. He was a great role model to people like Scotty. In fact, Scotty talked about how Garrett was an influence on him this season, that he very much showed him some ways of how to be a professional even better. And I love that. Garrett took a special interest in Grady Dick. He said, Grady, the way his career went, his rookie career so far has been very amazing. In fact, he said this was the biggest growth he's ever seen in an NBA rookie in his whole entire career in the NBA. Garrett Temple said that. The Grady, if you saw him from day one at the beginning of the season and you saw him at the end of the season, the leaps and bounds that his maturity and growth took in just his first rookie season were huge. Huge. It was like night and day, the first half of the season for Grady and the second half. So, yeah, Garrett is instrumental in a lot of this stuff. The other thing about Garrett that I love so much is that this guy is a politician. This guy is somebody who can talk to everybody in the league. In some ways, he came out there and brought respect to the Raptors instantly in the rookie year of Darko Rajakovic. In some ways, Darko being a new coach, not a head coach until this year, being an assistant coach, but taking over for times for Taylor Jenkins in Memphis. He really, he's in some ways he knows the refs. In some ways, he has the respect of the referees, but who knows if totally. And in some ways, having Garrett Temple around to politic and lobby beside Darko was very helpful because Garrett's been around forever. He knows all the referees. He knows all the other players and coaches. And in some ways, he is somebody who can get in negotiations in different ways for us, whether it's before the game, visiting with the ref crew and talking to them and saying, hey, how's your kid? And, oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, you can go fishing this summer? All right. Just a little small talk. Me and friendly with the referees can go a long way. Trust me. If you don't have nobody on your team that's friendly with the refs, well, the refs may not like you. So in some ways, having Garrett Temple out there to schmooze is very good. And if there were problems in the game, well, Garrett was going to see them after the game too and saying, yeah, what was this call? Where was this whistle? And he could get on them. And he is a voice that has been heard around the league for a while so that it is respected. So, yeah, it was just a hidden bonus. Some Raptors fans, if they're only thinking about dunks and three-pointers and scoring, they may not understand the importance of Garrett Temple and why he was a crucial player in our wedgie season of transition this season. We're going from the era of Siakam straight on into this era of Barnes fully. In some ways to steady that ship that Darko was sailing, he needed a guy like Garrett around to kind of help him and keep things level. So I appreciate Garrett Temple. I think Garrett Temple is a very class person. He has so many good things coming up in his future. Even if his NBA career is over this summer, man, that guy is going to be so successful, and you will see him again. Trust me. He could end up being one of the Players Association heads, like lawyers for the Players Association down the road. Watch. He gets his law degree, and he's a full-fledged lawyer. He could be the main lawyer for the NBA players after his playing career. He has so many different options. I mean, he could coach too. We didn't even talk about that. That man could be an assistant coach on a team if he wanted to be, and eventually maybe even a head coach. So the future is so bright for Garrett Temple, no matter what his destination or outcome is this summer as far as NBA contracts as a free agent. So, yeah, I applaud and salute you, Garrett Temple, for coming to Toronto this year as a pro, helping be a pro level around our team, helping young players like Scotty do what you did, sitting next to Scotty in the second half of the season on the bench, being in his ear, telling him what to see, what to look at, feeding him information while he's hungry, sitting there wanting to help his team win as they really, really had a hard time in the second half of the season. Scotty saw more of a vision from the court side instead of on the court about what it takes to win in the NBA. And in some ways, Garrett Temple was giving him footnotes while he was watching and telling him exactly what. So, yeah, salute to you, Garrett Temple, and your lovely wife, your amazing father who broke racial color barriers at LSU. Just a great quality person. I'm telling you, Garrett Temple is class of the league, a best friend of Kyle Lowry's. And you know what? Somebody I'll be very proud of, even if he's a one-and-done, one-year Raptor. I'll be proud of him in the annals of history for the Raptors. I will always speak kindly of Garrett Temple because he's a pro, and I believe he will never, ever sully the Raptors or Canada like some who have played for our team like Rudy Gay have done and afterwards. He's just too class. He would never, ever put us down. So there you go. There's my spiel, my 9-minute spiel talking about the greatness of Garrett Temple and why Raptors fans should respect him and be very appreciative of him. He taught Scotty a lot. So you young Scotty lovers that love Scotty so much, you should thank Garrett for helping Scotty mature and get even more better as a veteran, more and more in the NBA. I'm telling you right now. All right, here's Commissioner J, Trevor J, the Commissioner of Fun, the fun channel of the Raptors Freak channel. We are fun on this channel partly because of Trevor. Trevor J. That's right. Let's see what he's saying this morning. Good morning, Raptors family. Happy are those who take the life day by day, complain very little, and are very thankful for the little things in life. Happiness is the joy to have. There you go. I like this, man. My life's been so crazy in the last couple of months. I have to take things day by day. If I think about too much, like a week or month ahead, I'll get overwhelmed. In some ways, I really have to focus on my day ahead of me. And today, well, I'm going to go see Wicked later tonight, just like Scotty did about a month ago. Scotty went to Mirvish Theater's Princess of Wales. He's a good friend of David Mirvish, and he went down and saw Wicked, and he got to go backstage and meet the leads of that play. Of course, that is a spinoff of The Wizard of Oz, told from the point of view of the Wicked Witch. It's quite an interesting story. I have seen it before, but not at this theater. But I'm excited. We're going for Adriana's birthday tonight, and well, I'm going to be like Scotty and go do that. But that's what I know what I got to do today. Tomorrow, I got a little mapped out, but I really don't have much mapped out much further than that. In some ways, it's getting me overwhelmed thinking too far ahead, but I like that. Yeah, I could work on complaining less. That's for sure. I know that. And yeah, being thankful is a baseline of gratitude and happiness. So just absolutely be thankful for everything. Be thankful for the sun in the sky, that we have light and things grow from it. I mean, that's a simple one. Just be thankful for the sun, y'all. There's all kinds of crazy sci-fi movies where it ain't no sun and it's cold as hell. Yeah, so let's just wake up and be happy for the sun. How about that? That's a good one. Yeah, happiness is the joy to have. I love it, Trevor. Thank you for your words of wisdom this morning. And he's also saying, Garrett Temple, very good leader. We need him back in the locker room. Well, that's up to Messiah and Bobby. Maybe 1 year of Garrett around Scotty and Grady is enough. Maybe the lessons have been taken, and that 1 year of tutoring to the youngsters from Garrett Temple is enough. But I don't know. I wouldn't be upset if they decided they wanted to bring him back one more time, just as a very veteran minimum, end of the bench leader kind of guy like he was this past year. But I also think that in some ways, maybe Garrett's ready to move on in different ways, not necessarily because he didn't like Toronto, but just because he's that kind of guy. He likes new challenges all the time. And as long as as much as this last season was a challenge, for sure it was, you know what? He may be looking to do another challenge past his NBA career at this point. So there's a lot of question marks about what's next for Garrett. And I know whatever it is going to be success for him. Dana's here. Good to see Canadian Dana, a big-time Blue Jays fan and also a diehard Raptor freak. She's saying, good morning, everyone. I'll be listening today. I have so many errands to run. Let's go Raptors. Let's go Garrett Temple. That's right. That's right. How many Raptors channels are putting content out on Garrett Temple at this point? I'm serious. No, nobody's doing nothing in the middle of summer except a Raptor freak being here talking about Garrett Temple this morning. That's right. Let's go, Dana. Go do your errands. That's right. Amit's here. Our season 3 Raptor Freak champion. Amit Gaming is here. I'm so happy to see you, Amit. I hope that you're having a great day so far. Morning, y'all. Hope everyone is doing well. Sorry I haven't been able to be here much lately. Been getting ready for Toronto. 5 days to go. There you go. Amit will be traveling to Toronto in the next week to come see his grandfather and do stuff here in Toronto. And that's fantastic, Amit. I wish you safe travels. And yeah, don't worry, man. I know that you've been busy with the end of school for the summer and also getting ready for your trip. And you know what? You did the heavy lifting, the hard work, and won the season 3 championship of Raptor Freak Trivia. So, man, you should breathe easy and take it easy. Now, you know, I know you're looking for that classic card and get some of those points still and competing in season 4, but in some ways you got your championship, my guy. And I see that you're not as cutthroat as you were just a month ago. But Amit, salute to you. And seriously, much respect to you for being our season 3 champion, my guy. Seriously, that's a big accomplishment. That's a year-long competition. And whoever wins the Raptor Freak Championships, this is a big deal. And I'm telling you, you've got something very special coming to you still to celebrate this championship, all right? And I'll show it to you when I can. It's not ready yet, though. Trevor J saying, I am still here in Atlanta. I tried to get tickets for the Fever and Dream game yesterday, but it was sold out. That's what a great sign. Trevor was on our Facebook chat saying yesterday, I'm really trying to go to this Indiana Fever Atlanta Dream game here in Atlanta, but I can't get tickets because it's sold out. Wow, what a difference time makes in a couple years for the WNBA. That, you know, it used to be you could go to any WNBA game and get a ticket at the last minute and be able to walk right in. It doesn't matter. Well, at this point, nope, that's a hot item ticket. And you know what? If you snooze, you lose. You ain't going to get in there. And Trevor found out that yesterday. Trevor, listen, this is the crazy thing. Trevor spent this whole season jumping around the United States, following the Raptors on the road. He would get tickets in Philadelphia. He would get tickets in Boston. He'd get tickets in Madison Square Garden. He'd get tickets in the Crypto Arena in LA. And he couldn't get a ticket to go see the Atlanta Dream host the Indiana Fever yesterday in their arena. That is crazy to me. And that is a sign that the WNBA is growing and bigger and bigger. What was that quote that you guys quoted yesterday? That ticket sales in the WNBA are 93% up. Wow, that's a huge growth. And I'm so proud of that league. And that league is coming quick. And it's going to be badass. I made my all-star votes yesterday. I did some all-star voting. And yeah, I voted for some names. I voted for some names like Clark and Iescu and Wilson. Yeah, I voted for the big names in the league like Taurasi and Brink and Reese. That's right. I voted for the names when I voted for the WNBA All-Star because I want the names there, the ones that are doing stuff, the ones like Breanna Stewart, the ones that are big time in that league. That's right. I was voting for the names. That's right, Jewel Lloyd. That's right. That's right. The names. You guys go vote for WNBA. It's good. Good stuff. All right, let's see what else is going on in the chat. Cowboys here. Good morning, Lex. Dap to Cowboy. Bradley, you're awesome. Trevor J. and the Raptor Freaks. I met Temple after the coaches challenge. What a great person. I can see why coaches and players would love him on their team. Let's go. That's right. When we went to the coaches open house as a group, the Raptor Freak family went down there as a group. We had like 12 of us down there and watched the coaches open house with Darko and Evo and everybody, Jama. We after the event, we were supposed to meet up, and Cowboy got separated from us. We were at Real Sports already, having our little get-together afterwards to talk about the event, a lunch, and Cowboy went somewhere else. I don't even know where he went, but he somehow ran into Garrett Temple outside the Scotiabank Arena and got to talk to him for a second. He wasn't the only player he saw. I think there was one other Raptor that was with Garrett at that time. But he said he was a really cool person, really nice guy. Yeah. I mean, he's a real deal. Holyfield, bona fide. What you see is what you get is Garrett Temple. That's right there. Yeah. Good morning to Cowboy from Trevor J. That's right. Dap. And Trevor J's bringing up some major news after going down 0-3 in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Edmonton Oilers have tied the series to 3-3, and there will be a Game 7 on Monday. Let's go, Oilers. Bring that cup home to Canada. Everybody's getting behind it. I went to a cannabis shop the other day, and I was talking to the guy, a new cannabis shop around in my neighborhood where I just moved. And I was like, man, I got to get this blue raspberry cannabis drink just in honor of the Oilers because we got to get some blue in there for the Oilers and hope that they can come back on the Panthers and still win this cup. Well, now they got a chance. There's one more, guys. I can't believe y'all have won 3 straight. So take care of business down in Florida. Sunrise on Monday and win that 7th game and make the improbable something that has not happened since the Maple Leafs did this in like the 50s, y'all. Seriously. The Leafs came back from being down 0-3 and won the Stanley Cup in 4 straight way back. And now maybe the Oilers will do it this year. So, yeah, I don't talk about hockey much. But when a Canadian team is in the Stanley Cup Finals and they're about to play a Game 7, yeah, I'll talk some hockey. Oh, yeah, I'll talk some hockey. Go Oilers. The whole country's behind you. Raptors Nation's behind you, too, my guys. Let's go, McDavid. Let's go. Yes, I'm so happy about that. Adriana and I were going to watch the game, but I fell asleep. All right, let's see. Cowboys say good morning to Canadian Dana and Ahmet. Let's go, Raptors. That's right. And Cowboys got the Team Canada on blast. There's Dylan Brooks and SGA, RJ, and Lugetz, Andrew Nebhard, Zach Eady, Kelly Olynyk, Monique, myself, and Jordy Fernandez and Rowan Barrett Sr. all in the lineup there. I love it. We're on our Team Canada kick right now. Trevor J saying 3 days left until draft night. I think we're going to see lots of fireworks that night and lots of surprises. I won't disagree with this, Trevor. This prediction is probably dead right, that this is going to be one of the wildest drafts ever in the history of the NBA. Nobody knows who the number 1 is still. They keep going back and forth between Rizacker and Sarr. And then sometimes they keep saying Klingon could be up there or Reed Shepard. It's crazy. There's no slam dunk number 1. There's going to a lot of speculation. There's going to be a lot of draft day trades. There's going to be just a lot of wild, crazy action on draft day on Wednesday. And we'll be leading up to it with good content coming up Tomorrow, I will do my Sunday special report. It will be on my 5 recommended players to Masai and Bobby for the draft. I will have my 5 names ready for tomorrow's draft, and I will present them, and maybe a couple little extra ones just on the side. But yeah, 5 names that I say green light. Go on, Masai and Bobby, and go ahead and draft these 5 names that I will give you guys tomorrow on the Sunday special report. So please tune in tomorrow, 9:30 a.m., my Sunday special report on the 2024 NBA draft and the Raptors and who I think they should be looking for and targeting on Wednesday and Thursday. First pick on Thursday. That's right. There you go. Monique is here. The super fan, Monique Lawrence. We love Monique so much. I can't believe it's just a couple weeks since we had our fantastic hangout on your birthday. It was such a great event. So many great things happening, reverberating from that, and it's awesome. And I appreciate you, Mo. Good morning, Raptor Freak family. Always great on the Raptors. Always great on the Raptors show. Whenever I could listen to Garrett Temple, even said he would love to be a Raptor again if all is good. Yeah, I mean, he'd love to come back if it's all works out right. And yeah, if it can happen, I'm okay with it. We could have worse people at the end of our bench. Trust me. And Garrett Temple, he's the kind of player that even if he doesn't play a single minute the whole year, he's contributing. Trust me. He's contributing. Yeah, it was great. Like Dennis was doing the Raptor show during most of the season while he was still here. But then when Dennis got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, he kind of did the show one more time or something. But then they switched it to Garrett. Garrett took Dennis's number too, number 17 at that point. And then he was the guest on the Raptor show more often than not with William Liu at that point. Yeah, and always well-spoken, always easy to offer his opinion, and always pretty, on point as far as not causing waves or causing problems or issues. So I appreciate Garrett Temple in so many different ways, and I appreciate him for his broadcasting, honestly, and the way he does interviews. Cowboys saying, I can't wait to see who Bobby and Masai pick this year and what other signings and undrafted players we pick up. Let's go. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. This week's going to be exciting. Monday, I'm going to do a Monday moment, and it'll probably be, it won't be exactly centered around the draft. And then Tuesday, we'll have the first trivia that David is running. So we'll have to see what the questions and how the format is. In some ways, I'm not doing the trivia. He's going to prepare it for me, and I'll just administer it. So, and then Wednesday, we'll have our day of the draft. Wow Wednesday moment in the morning. And then Thursday, a reaction and more setup for the second day of the draft. And then Friday, freaking out about the draft even more. So there's going to be a lot of draft coverage around the draft starting tomorrow on Sunday. Yeah. Let's see. Monique saying, love Garrett behind the scenes too, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. And what a great guy. Like even after everything, Dennis got traded to the Nets and his kid was going to have a birthday party. And the crazy thing was, he had to have it in Toronto because Dennis's family was based in Toronto. Ellen was here with the family, and they had to get a different cake because the cake was a Raptors cake. They had ordered it already and got traded. And well, they wanted people to come to the party. And well, Garrett Temple has a child, and him and his wife, Miss USA 2017, came to the birthday party for Dennis's child still, even though Dennis was not a teammate anymore. In fact, Darko came to that birthday party also and brought his family to it too. So the Raptors showing support for former teammate Dennis just weeks after he got traded and coming to the birthday party for his child. And Garrett was one of those class acts that came there with his family. So that says a lot about him right there. Alan Tam, Bam, son. Okay, we got our Bam, son today from Alan. Where's your 12-man roster, Alan? Is it evolved anymore as we go closer and closer? I love all the talk in the comments and the new subscriptions from watchers talking about the Team Canada roster build. Fantastic comments in one of the streams recently. All you guys filled it up with a very lively discussion. And I appreciate the two commenters not going ugly with each other and just having a really good discussion about how they saw things. And so talking about Melvin Ejim and different things about the Team Canada possibilities with how they build the 12-man team. And I like that one guy who's commenting about Kabengele. He thinks he has a really good chance just because of his shot blocking. I think you're right. This is especially true if Zach is not available to Team Canada because of the team that drafts him. So I think that in some ways, Mfando Kabengele is going to have a better chance depending on if Zach is not available. So very interesting comments, guys. I appreciate y'all filling up the comment section. I was like, wow, there's like 18 comments in here. I was like, it's crazy. But yeah, good stuff. And thank you to the new subscribers. Welcome to the Raptor Freak channel. And hope you can catch me live sometime. If you're not watching me live, watch me at 1.5 speed. The under 2 hours will go down really quick if you put it on 1.5. You can understand me still. Trust me. You can understand me even at the 1.5 speed. Let's see who else we got in the chat this morning. It's Kareem Thomas, the full ass. It's a complete crap. If you want the Lakers to win, why do we even show up? Yeah, I want to explore Garrett Temple's closet. He has a great sense of style with his fits. This guy is so well put together on and off the court. Yeah, totally. I mean, this dude, listen, what a pro. He was just a pro, like showing up to work the way he carried himself with the pro. I mean, in some ways, I'm part of this generation. I'm not a big suit and tie guy. I don't like wearing a collar on my shirt. In some ways, I'd rather wear a t-shirt and just some pants. You know, that's kind of my thing. But Garrett, no, he comes and dresses for success. And then all year long, he was showing the craziest tailored suits. And in some ways, at the end of the year, they had Raptors men posted a bunch of pictures of his fits over the season. And Scotty's like, this is the drop we've been waiting for. Yeah, Scotty appreciates Garrett Temple's sense of style and how he came to game dressed to the nines every single time. And in some ways, once again, that's an influence on the youngsters about being a pro and carrying yourself as a pro. In some ways, they used to have dress codes around the NBA where you had to dress like that. That's part of the reason why Garrett still dresses like that, is because that's what he knew when he came into the league so long ago, because they had rules about this. They've relaxed those rules in all kinds of ways, especially around the pandemic. That's when coaches they didn't have to wear suits anymore at the sideline. So it's very interesting. And you're exactly right. Garrett's underrated, awesome thing that we should be sharing the love for is his fashion sense and his style, what he does. GQ Quarterly. That's right. Gentleman's Quarterly right there. That's right. He's also saying, Kareem saying, putting my country over my partisan allegiance. I'm hoping my Maple Leafs are enjoying the golf course while I cheer on the Edmonton Oilers. Game 7, the best 2 words in sports. Yes. Yes. Why does it have to be on a Monday, though? NHL. You guys like having games, big, huge games on Monday? Bah. It is what it is. In some ways, go Oilers. That's all I care about. The momentum seems to be with them. I know hockey is such a momentum sport. And, well, they figured out their goalie finally on the other side of the Panthers, and they've been scoring on him like crazy now. So now, you know what? Let's finish the deal. Y'all have made 3. If you guys don't make it all the way, oh, my gosh. So good, so close, but hopefully you just get it done. That cup needs to be on the north side of the border. Everybody in Canada knows that cup belongs up in Canada once again. After over 20 something, almost 30 years, it has not been in Canada. So let it happen, Bettman. Let it happen, NHL. Let that cup come home to the home country where it belongs, and that is in this great country of Canada. That's right. Let's bring it back, baby. That's right. Cowboys saying June the 26th at 8 p.m. and June the 27th at 4 p.m. Don't be late. That's right. Maybe in some ways, no, I won't do that. I was going to say I'll do a live stream on one of them. Nah, I won't do the second day of the live stream. It's going to be boring. So, yeah, we will be ready, Cowboy. We will be ready for that draft, and I'm sure we're all going to be very much interested to see the 19th and the 31st pick. We'll have to see if they change where the Raptors will be selecting because of a trade. Monique saying, great family man, mentor, interviewer, you name it. Part of the NBA Players Association. That's Garrett for you. Yeah. Yeah. And he's a rep for the Players Association too. So in some ways, he was a resource on our team for our players to ask questions about Player Association rules, regulations, rights. So it's like you have a human resource. You don't have to look it up on the internet, Grady. Just ask Garrett. He knows. Oh, Garrett, how does my benefits work when I retire? How much money will I get? Oh, well, Grady, this is how our pension works in the NBA. You know, it's shit like that. How easy is that? How great is that to find out? As easy as just calling Garrett from the other side of the locker room, say, hey, Garrett, I've got a question about our union rights. Okay, yeah, let me talk to you, Emmanuel. You know, stuff like that. You know, it's real easy, real good resource in the locker room. Because of his Players Association stuff. Yeah. Alan Tam saying this can be the 2028 Team Canada roster in the Olympics. Okay, he's looking ahead. He's looking to the next quad. And he's saying Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Andrew Wiggins, Jamal Murray, Dylan Brooks, R.J. Barrett, Leonard Miller, Benedict Mathurin, Lugetz Dort, Shaden Sharp, Andrew Nebhard, Trey Lyles, Zach Eady, and extras O'Shea Brissett, Nikel Alexander Walker, and Brandon Clark. And wow. Okay, Alan, I see the direction you're going in. Okay, some of it I get. Some of it I'm like, but okay, I can get it. I can get behind it. Tom Duke has reverted Garrett Temple and Grady Dick back into the emoticons. There they are. There is good morning from Tom, and there is Garrett and Grady. There we go. All right. Commissioner Trivia is here. David Saborin. Good morning. So let's get the classic card of the day, commissioned by Trevor J., the Commissioner of Fun, and administered by the Commissioner of Trivia, David Saborin. So I'm going to pull a card out of here for the classic card today. David will adjudicate who wins, how many points they will get. And I just showed the card, guys. At this point, I am just the tool for the game, and he is the judge. I am not in charge anymore, guys. Just so y'all know. Wow, this is going to be... oh my gosh, this is a crazy card. I can't believe I just pulled this card. And honestly, I have no idea if you guys are going to even get this. I don't think I would get this if I saw this card. This is ridiculous. This is totally ridiculous. All right. First person to write the full name. In some ways, I don't give a shit about spelling today. I really, really don't. If you can somewhat get this guy's name, oh my gosh. Yeah, this is crazy. All right, here we go. All right, first and last name, please. This is a rookie card, which is crazy, but that guy looks like he's in his 40s. This is insane. Seriously. All right, Smooth, do you know anything about Atlanta Hawks? Because honestly, I don't know if you guys are going to get this. In some ways, I might have to give you guys some very specific clues. All right, but let's get at least 3 guesses before I actually give you a clue. But look at that guy right there. Look at that guy. Pete Maravich is a great guess. In fact, that is all right. I will say this, Seymour. The last 4 letters of the last name of that name you just guessed and this guy's name are the same. He has a Vitch at the end of his name. That's the only clue I'll give you. That's not Pistol Pete. And that would be half-assing it, James, because that's not the full name. Billy Hassett. David Saborin. David, you're the trivia judge. How are you playing? Oh, this is a weird one, man. I'm going to be honest. I've never seen this player in my life. This is what I'm going to say. Seriously. I've never seen this player in my life. All right. Their first name is basically the first cosmonaut in space. I don't know. His first name is the first cosmonaut in space. That may be too easy of a guess to get the first name. If you know anything about space travel history, and you'll know the first Russian to be in space, you'll know his first name. That is the answer for the first name. And then the last name has the end of Pistol Pete's last name on it. So maybe you can piece it together there. I'm telling you, this card's insane. This card's insane. This is actually a player I've never heard of, and I didn't even know existed until I just seen this card. So I was like, how the hell are they going to know it? I mean, seriously, you got to get it from my clues today. I'm serious. So listen to my clues. His first name is the first cosmonaut in space in the history of the Russia. And then his last name has the end of Pistol Pete's name on it. Vladimir Stankovic. That's a great guess, Tom, but that is not the right first name. And that is not the right last name either. Yeah. Do you know what it is, but you're not going to say it? Why don't you just say it, Kareem? Aren't you trying to compete in the Raptor Freak Trivia for the season 4? We need to get this card. In some ways, it's like, who can figure this out? Vladimir is not the first name of the first person in space, Tom. And we don't count the monkey that they spent. Yeah. Vladimir is not the first name of the first person that went in space for cosmonauts. Yeah. Or maybe the first Russian that went on the moon or something like that. I don't know. I know the first name is that. But who knows? That's what makes the classic card fun. It's all about knowledge. Exactly, Trevor. It is fun, and you have made it. Okay, wow. Look at this. I think G got it. Let me just make sure. Yeah, he did. It's not exactly right. Yeah, it's right. It's right. G got it. I don't even know how he got it. Sergei Barzovich. Yeah, Sergei Barzovich. All right, David, you can adjudicate on this as far as they just wrote it in. I think you should give it to G because in some ways that's my personal recommend. Even though Kareem's got it spelled more correctly. Yeah, yeah, Sergei. 200 points to G. Okay, so G, you just got the biggest total for a classic card so far, adjudicated by Judge David of Saborin. 200 points to G. Yeah, this guy. All right, look, he's from Moscow. He was born in 1965. Look at his face, guys. Look at that man right there. He looks like trouble, doesn't he? Like this is like the Russian Pistol Pete or something, right? 6'2", 162 pounds, no college, not drafted. He wore number 8. I mean, how long did he actually play for them? Seriously. He was playing in the 90s too. Yeah, I didn't care about the spelling. I mean, this name's too crazy. Come on now. Sergei Bazarevich or whatever. It's a rookie card. I'll bet you this isn't worth jack shit. Let's go over to Russia and see. Hey, comrade, how much for my Sergei rookie card? Maybe you could get out of a prison over there. I don't know with this card. I have a Sergei rookie card. Let me out. Maybe that was a bad joke, Lex. All right, so 200 points to G, ruling by Judge David. Kareem, you were right there, though. You were right there, man. You were right there. All right, good stuff, man. The classic card, undefeated. Look at this crazy ass card. This is insane. When I pulled it out, I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, is this Bulky from Perfect Strangers? Who the hell is that? I don't know who that is. Oh, so good. All right, let's see. Alan Tam saying Kelly Olynyk, Dwight Powell, and Melvin Ejim would be retired by then. Maybe. I would say Wiggins might be too, Alan, by then too. I would say maybe Wiggins will be retired by then too, Alan. So don't expect Wiggins on that list. You might want to switch him out too because he's pretty old. You got to remember another 4 years on top of the 12 years I think he's already played in the league. Hasn't he already played in the league like 12 years? You got to remember, Andrew Wiggins is no spring chicken. Let's see. Cowboys saying Tom Duke's in the house. Let's go. That's right. Tommy is in the house. That's right. Kareem saying it's crazy word that Garrett Temple has the same knowledge, if not more, when it comes to coaching. I personally see him taking a job as a G League coach or an assistant on an NBA team. That could be true. I could see that. I mean, I think that honestly, I think he's going to go the lawyer route first. First of all, that's the most lucrative. And he's already got the skills and the ability. He might as well get that under his belt and become a full-fledged lawyer. He doesn't have it all finished. Like I said, he has to do a couple more things still. And he's got a time period where it'll run out if he doesn't do it. So it may be that there's a little in-between time where he actually nails down the lawyer stuff and then he circles back and maybe does something like that. I don't know. If I was him, I'd probably do that. If I'm not playing the NBA and my body's done, I think I would go and get that lawyer profession started as far as whatever he has to complete still to be a full-fledged lawyer, because that'll open so many other doors for him. In fact, that could make him be the leader of the NBA Players Association for the years to come, or even a lawyer for the players in certain situations. So, yeah, I could see him doing the coaching stuff, but in some ways he's, how many players are actually like trying to be a lawyer that comes through the league? I don't know what percentage that is. It's probably not as high as we think. Yeah, Cowboys saying David in the house. That's right. Commissioner of Trivia in the house. Cool Cat's here. She's in the house. Good morning, Raptor Free crew. Great summer for sports. Yeah, I guess this hockey stuff is kind of picked up all of a sudden. I'll ignore that parade that was yesterday. I'm going to ignore that parade yesterday. Tom Duke saying, go freaking Raptors, go. Good morning to Cool Cat. That's right. And Cowboy saying, Raptor Freaks, let's go. There you go, Cowboy. And speaking of Raptor Freaks, listen, if you need help, Cowboy will come to you. He might go to you because he's Tada Cleaning Services, 647-833-6844. Franchises are available, but, he's working in your area, and he can help you with summer jobs that need more than one person. Bradley can be there for you. So you go ahead and call him. That's right. Alan's saying it pisses me off that Boucher and Clark never participate in the Olympics. Well, I know it's a weird thing. Now, it has been pointed out by Raptor Freaks this week that Boucher was a part of a Team Canada like in 2017 or 18. So he has represented Canada, but not on the highest level before in the past when he was younger. Now, Clark is very young still. He has time. And in some ways, he's been hurt the last year. So in some ways, them not inviting him is probably because he's still coming back from his injury, because he did not play a whole lot this season for the Grizzlies, right? So that's it. And then the other thing Rowan Barrett Sr. said about the young players like Leonard Miller and other really young guys like Prosper, is that they have their time to come soon. And in some ways, he wants to get that bracket of players that are kind of already established in the NBA and kind of already have things going, like Nembhard, like Murray. And then over time, as these younger guys come up, like Leonard Miller, they'll be more capable in the next cycle. So their time's going to come. And the crops of young Canadians coming up, like Oliver Ryu, are very promising. So it's all in due time. And Rowan Barrett Sr. sees a very bright future for Team Canada and the pool that they can draw players from. So all in due time, the younger guys will get their chance. And in some ways, we're in that, we want that part where it's like Jamal Murray SGA time. Yeah. And then those guys will come up. SGA be joined by Shaden Sharp and Maturin and Leonard Miller over time. Watch, it'll come. It'll come. That's right. That's right. Alan's saying, I think Ken Birch might be replacing Edie in this year's Olympics if Edie can't participate. Yeah, I agree with that. In some ways, he's the second biggest guy at the training camp invited to the training camp out of the 20. In some ways, Ken Birch is the second next legitimate center after Zach as far as size and be able to hold people with strength. Now, Kabengele is kind of around there also. And he, once again, is the dark horse to maybe make this team on the outside just because of his shot blocking and some of his rim protection. So it's interesting because Brissett's not a full-size big. Trey Lyles is he's okay, but in some ways, I don't really know Trey Lyles for his low post defense with his size and stuff. I'm known more as an offensive big that can shoot threes and do more of that stuff. Now, Ken Birch is a known defensive big man. In some ways, his detriments are on the offensive end, but they're not on the defensive end. And if we're really looking deeper into what Rowan Barrett Sr. said at the press conference this week, he wants to shore up the defensive side. Well, I think Allen's on the right path with figuring out that if Zach's not available, Ken Birch might be getting his spot. Yeah, I think he's right. I think he's right on that. David's saying Grady Dick is going to be a great piece to this championship team. Damn, I love that, David. I love that. Prognosticating that Grady Dick is going to be a big shot player for the Raptors in the future. He's going to hit some big shots for us in big-time games, and we're going to win championships. I'm all about that, David. All about that. Trevor's saying, Lex, that room you're in, good background. It's all right. In some ways, I like to play with light. My dad's probably crazy. He's like, you don't put the bright light behind you. But in some ways, it's muted enough that it looks okay on there. I appreciate that. Yeah, David's saying it's perfect. Okay, cool. I like that. Alan's saying, what team is USA's roster? What team is USA roster? They've announced it a long time ago. We already know the team. There's speculation that Kawhi will not be able to participate and he will be replaced. And all the Celtics fans want just more Celtics added onto it. I don't know. That team's interesting. There's some good players on that team for sure. Joel Embiid, yeah, that punk-ass bitch. Playing for USA, shafting France and Cameroon. Pascal's going to Cameroon to represent Cameroon. What are you doing, Joel? You're trying to buy some sort of award since you can't win anything in the NBA. You're going to go and get a cheap-ass gold medal on an easy-ass team. You're going to try to at least. I still think y'all are not going to make the gold, and there will be a failure by the end of it. In some ways, I'll take the field, as I said to Chris. I'll take the field. You take USA. We'll see who gets it in the end, the gold. In some ways, everyone say, oh, they're just going to get the gold. It's USA for sure. I don't believe that. I don't totally believe that. Cool Cat saying, I hope Temple comes back to lead this young, inexperienced team. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Is 1 year of tutelage by Garrett Temple enough, or do we need to get another year with him around here? I don't know. That's up to Bobby Masai. They'll gauge it for themselves the best from the inside. That's right. Most saying, I always love hearing the Garrett Kyle Lowry stories. Yeah, they're golf buddies. Kyle Lowry and Garrett Temple probably hit the links at least a couple times already this summer since they've both been off. Probably get on the phone and say, Garrett, come on down to Miami. I'm going to go play some golf. All right, I'll be there, Kyle. And boom, they're out there playing golf. Best friends, Garrett Temple and Kyle Lowry the GOAT. That's right. Cool Cat saying, welcome back to the city hangout. Yeah. Welcome back to the city. Welcome back to the city hangout. Like for who? Who should we do that for? I don't know. And Fiercey saying, good morning, fam, and happy Saturday. Good morning to Fiercey, Saul Sarah. Good morning, MJ. I hope you're having a great Saturday morning so far. James is here. Good to see James, one of our WNBA fantasy teams. James is saying, who's the best WNBA player right now? And he's saying Caitlin Clark. I don't know. I mean, I really think it's just Aja Wilson. I mean, in some ways, she's a two-time champion right now. She's the MVP. She's a double-double machine. She's on a whole other level than anybody else in that league. So it's really easy to just say it's Aja. So I don't know. I mean, in some ways, Caitlin Clark is very hyped right now. And in some ways, maybe overhyped at this moment. Angel Reese is under hyped, I guess, because she's actually doing really, really well. But yeah, there's other players that should be getting more shine that aren't as in the spotlight in that league. You know, people like DeWanna Bonner and Joel Lloyd. These are players that are big time. They're doing things like Bonner just had like almost undefeated at the start with the Connecticut Sun. They had not lost for like the first 10 games of the season. So you kind of have to give some shine to Bonner, DeWanna Bonner of the Connecticut Sun. So I don't know. It's Aja Wilson, if you ask me. I have to pick somebody as Aja Wilson. Yeah. G saying, did Bruce post this week is going to be an interesting? I quickly saw something, wasn't sure. Yes, G, as Monique has put it. She put it in our Facebook chat last night, and I was like, oh, Bruce Brown's tweeting about draft week, and he knows something's coming up. So, yeah, where is it? I'll go and look exactly what he said. Yeah, Bruce Brown tweeted, should be an interesting week, smiley face with a cowboy hat. Of course, I'm sure Bruce Brown's favorite emoji is the cowboy hat emoji. I'm sure that's the one he puts on all his texts wherever he goes, and especially when he texts Tim Hortons because he misses them. Yeah, he's always like, hey, Tim Hortons, I miss you. Bruce Brown, cowboy hat emoji. Yeah, he's going to have an interesting week. I'm sure he will. Who knows? He's open to anything. He said, whatever Masai wants to do, I'll be cool with it. He wants to keep me here in Toronto. I'll try and play for them. If he doesn't, he wants to trade me. Okay, so be it. I'll go to play for Tibbs in New York like he thought he was already. All right, yeah. Fiercely saying Garrett Temple was an amazing addition to our roster. Extremely supportive, overall effective on the court when giving minutes, media savvy, and eye candy with his fantastic suits. So Fiercely saw eye candy. Little eye candy there. Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh. Nudge, nudge, a wink, wink. Photographs. Is she sport? Eric Idle. All right, let's see. Yeah, I agree. It's just class act, cool dude. In some ways, you know, if Grady wants to be more like Garrett, that's a good thing. Scotty said, hey, Garrett, I want to think more like him. That's a good thing. James is saying Masai's going to get us a gem draft night. I love how he used the little gem emoticon. I'm going to give James a dunk for using the gem emoticon to really bring it out there. All right, James, you're at a DeMar DeRozan 10, my guy. That's awesome. I love you having the Grote number 10. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, his track record is pretty good. I mean, if we really took all the teams and we looked at all their draft picks over the last 15 years, or let's say 10 years, Masai's hitting on more of them than he's missing. Sure, he's had some miscalculations, but everybody's not going to bat 100, 1,000. You're going to have some misses, some swings, some strikeouts. And, well, that's just part of the thing. She just cut the shower on. Oh, it's so loud. Adrienne, close the door. All right, let's see what else you guys are saying. G saying, thanks, Mo. This week will be better than the finals. Yeah, I think so. The finals got really bad ratings, guys. Did you hear this? Like, Fiercey posted something in our Raptor Freak chat talking about how the finals were one of the least watched finals in ever. Seriously. They said that nobody watched the Raptors finals. That's bullshit. They watched the Raptors final way more than this finals between Dallas and Boston. So the ratings for the finals were absolutely horrible, NBA. So you thinking, we get the Celtics in the finals, it'll be ratings gold? Bullshit. People hate the Celtics. Nobody wanted to watch that shit. And there you go. There you go. You find out real quick. All right, let's see. Tom's saying he agrees with Monique agrees with G, and Tommy's got Masai and Bobby on blast. All right, so he switched it back to the Canadian to our Toronto Raptors heads here. Fiercely saying it's always good to get mentored by someone like him. Wherever he goes next season. Thank you, Garrett Temple, aka the Vibes Fixer. Yeah, I like that nickname for him. I'm gonna give Fiercey a dunk. The Vibes Fixer. That's what I compared him to at the beginning of the stream. A pill bug. The pill bug goes into the ground and gets the heavy metal radioactiveness out of the ground. The little roly-poly bug is so underrated in the world, in the natural world, and we should love pill bugs. If you're scared of little roly-polies, Nah, they're doing the hard work. They're actually like toxic cleaners. They're cleaning our environment. In some ways, we need more species like the pill bugs, cleaning all the toxic mess we were putting into the world, man-made stupid ass shit. So yeah, Garrett Temple was a detoxifier for the Raptors last season, and that's part of the reason why they hired him, brought him in, and to make things more steady in the right way. Vibes fixer. That's right. That's right. Bryce Lawson is here. Bryce Lawson on his birthday week. Good morning, Lex and Raptor Freaks. Good morning to you, Bryce. Holding it down in the K-Tuck for the Raptor Freak family down in the Bluegrass State. That's right. James is saying DeLon Wright is an unrestricted free agent. Wouldn't mind him back on the Raptors as a backup point guard. That's a great idea. I have no problem with that. There's all kinds of good reasons why. In some ways, we need a good, solid backup point guard. DeLon Wright's a fantastic one, Masai and Bobby. He's his teammate friendship with Jakob Poeltl is extraordinary good. In some ways, he's bench mob. So you come back with those bench mob vibes from back in that time on 905. He'd be a great backup. He's not going to be trying to start. He'd be a different look. He'd be steady. He'd add a good defensive backup for the backup guard. And like I said, there's a certain chemistry between him and Poeltl from their days in Utah, their early days on the Raptors, their friendship that continues to this day. So highly think about this. If DeLon wants to return to Toronto and run with Scotty and RJ and Emmanuel as a backup point guard, do it. Do it, Masai. Seriously, DeLon Wright. I love this idea by James. I think he's exactly right. I've been saying, all right, if it's Kyle Lowry, that's fine. If it's Corey Joseph, it depends on how good he is still. DeLon Wright, any of these backup point guards that are vets, I mean, even guys that were here already, yeah. DeLon Wright, 2 thumbs up from this guy for that idea, James. Right there, yeah. Kareem saying, after the draft, I know most of us are looking forward to the NBA Summer League and Rico Hines pickup tournaments, but what I'm looking forward to the most is Grady Dick's sophomore Carabana season. Kareem. I thought he was going to say Olympics. But no, he's talking about the second year of Grady at Carabana. Well, all right, let's say this. You know, I told Scott on Twitch a couple of Saturdays ago, 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was last week. I don't even remember. Maybe it was last week. I said, Scotty, you need to go to Carabana this year, because he was complaining. He's like, I can't go to Canada's Wonderland because everybody mobbed me. Well, Scotty, go be in the parade. Go talk to Jamal McGlure and get yourself your own float. And you can have the Scotty Barnes float and just put your trade school on blast or whatever you want to put on blast and get up there and get Grady to come with you and get on the float with you. You don't have to worry about people mobbing you, because you will have the parade float around you and people will stay away from you. So I'm telling you, do that. Go be in the Carabana parade, my guy. You will have so much fun. Just ask Grady. And I think this would be a good way for you to get out there and see the public and have some distance from them. So I'm just saying, Scott, you want to be out there, you want to have fun, get the vibes, man, and go down to that parade this year with Grady. Just ask him. It's crazy good. Very fun. Trevor's saying Canada beat Mexico yesterday. Somebody used a racist comment and got banned from the channel. Okay, so Canada women's was playing Mexico women's under team in basketball. And apparently there was somebody out of pocket in the chat saying racist ass shit. Well, the channel banned him from the game from watching. Okay, Trevor, that's right. That's good. There shouldn't be any tolerance for racism in this day and age in 2024. People that think they want to bring racism back and make it more prevalent and okay, you're crazy, MAGA, Trump idiots. Yeah, you idiots. Yeah, and PC culture here in Canada. Yeah, you're racist. No, we're not trying to go back in time to like segregation and stupid ass shit. Yeah. So everybody who's still trying to be a racist in open public forums, there are repercussions. I'm sorry. You get banned from being on the channel. You get ostracized. You get kicked the hell out. And that's what happens. That's right. Fiercely saying, Lex, in reference to the WNBA All-Star, don't vote for Brink. Sadly, she tore her ACL. You know, I'm voting for her only because I feel like she had that kind of impact. And to me, she's a star. I know she's out. I know she can't play at this point, but I did it just as a symbol of how she's done so far this season and the impact. So I know she probably won't make the team, but in some ways I wanted to vote for names. And to me, she was a name this season. I didn't even know who she was until our draft. And then when you guys start talking about the draft and I saw her and the way she plays with her shot blocking, the way she is, I'm like, she's a star. So I know that she's not going to play, but in some ways, even though she's a rookie and she's done for the season, I wanted to give her that honor and say, you're a star to me because I can tell you're going to be a star in the future. I don't think she'll make it though. But yeah, I'm not endorsing anybody vote for who I voted for. I just kind of named off the names of some of the people that I did. Seymour saying Calgary ain't rocking with the Oilers' provincial rivalry. I'm from Ottawa, Ontario. I'm from Ontario, so really I could care less. Yeah, so the Flames fans are not getting behind the Oilers because of the arch rivalry between the Oilers and the Flames. That's ridiculous. Calgary, get over yourselves. Your city is just on a bullshit streak right now with your water problems, your PC government, your stupid ass stuff happening, and now you can't get behind a team in your own province that could win the Stanley Cup. Yeah, you bitter losers, Flames Nation. You can't get behind this for the whole country, then fuck you, Calgary Flames. You idiots, Flames Nation. You should be rooting for the Oilers. We just need the cup to come back here. I tell you right now, if the Canadians were in this position right now, I would be rooting for them to beat Florida right now, even though I hate Montreal so much. So I would just say that, okay? So yeah, get over yourself, Calgary Flames Nation, and start rooting for Edmonton. There's some things that are bigger than that kind of bullshit. And that's the cup coming back to Canada. Come on now. Seymour's got the right attitude. Yeah. All right. Here's our guesses for the classic card. It was a really tough one. Seriously, a tough one. I was like, is that Sarunas Marciulionis? Almost is. Yeah. So, yeah, good job by G getting the 200 points. Yeah. You came through with the Google image search. G came through with the Google image search. I don't know if he actually did that, but maybe he did. Kareem saying, ain't no way in hell anybody knows that guy other than his parents, wife, and kids. Nobody knew this guy. He looks like he's like Ben Stiller in a basketball movie, like wearing a mustache or something like that. He looks like he's a joke. He's like Ben Stiller in Dodgeball, but he's playing basketball instead. I don't know. It's a weird player. And it's so weird that we got that today. It's so weird. Yeah. Let's see. Monique saying news and notes. Emmanuel Quickly has a new Instagram account. We're not totally sure that is his account. I know that you think it is because it's like it's following in this. That it may be, but we don't have total confirmation on that. Simon Lou Court and Jeremy and Joseph win championship overseas. Jeremy Lin winning another championship. Serge Ibaka winning a championship this summer. Our former Raptors continue to win. Our champion Raptors continue to win in other places. So, yeah, congratulations, Jeremy Lin and his brother Joseph on their recent championship. I don't even know what league or what it was. And yeah, Simalu has a court he's opening up in Toronto, I guess. And also, of course, I'm sure they're going to have a charity game at some point, like they always do in the summer with Simalu and Jeremy Lin in Toronto somewhere. So good stuff on that. Yeah, check out this new IQ account. I'm not totally sure if it is actually him, but it could be. It could be just like Scotty has a lifestyle and a business account kind of thing. G just said, I Googled Hawks Russian rookie with mustache. No joke. That's all he needed to do. Seriously. That actually is really brilliant and smart. And in some ways, I love that about G doing that because honestly, G's our number one Raptor Freak champion. He won the first season of Raptor Freak Trivia. And in some ways, he didn't do it by Googling and searching. He did it off the top of his head with his knowledge. So the fact that he did it this time for this, I'll give him a pass because I know most of the time when G gets trivia points, he's getting it off the top of his head. So, hey, in some ways, he helped me because, look, I could have been sitting here with this card like this for like 20 minutes, and y'all are going to be like, I don't know. Did that guy used to do ballet or something? I don't know. Maybe he defected or something. I don't know. It's Baryshnikov. I don't know who that is. It's the Russian Pistol Pete is who it is. Sergei Bazarevich. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I ain't never heard of him either. No, I never heard of this guy. And this guy played in 94. Like, seriously, this is like Rockets and Knicks year in the finals. And this guy was playing in the league. This guy looks like he played in the 70s. Seriously, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Tom's laughing at G. Good job. Dap, the sheriff. Sheriff saying, what pop, fam? Salute to Canadian Cowboy. That's right. And there's the Mug Brothers. I love it. Alley-oop to the dunk champion. All right, you want me to give a alley-oop to Kareem? I will give a alley-oop to a Kareem Thomas. He is the dunk champion. 165 dunks. There you go. Let's see. David's saying the rich get richer. I'm not even sure why you gave it to him because it's not. Kareem's not even talking to you. You want me to give it to Seymour, don't you? All right. Let's see. Trevor's saying Wilson is the best player. She had another double last night. There you go. There you go. I agree with Trevor. Wayne's here. Good to see Wayne Strainer. Word is Christian Coloco is on his way back from his medical situation. Is it true? That would change a lot of our scenarios. Hope it's near true. Well, this is the thing. We don't have his rights right now, but I'm sure Messiah will be talking to Adam Silver and telling him, yeah, we deserve to have his rights, and you guys need to put him right back into our system. He can't be a free agent. In some ways, Christian's already said, and his member in Clutch and them are already saying that he is a free agent. He can go wherever he wants. This is Rich Paul and his fuckery. I don't know how this is going to go down. Even if he's healthy, it could very well be that we had one mystery ailment, mystery medical year, and then all of a sudden he's out of our system, and boom, all of a sudden he's on the Miami Heat. That'll be some bullshit. So, Wayne, I'll be curious about this. We know it was Christian's birthday yesterday. Or wait, it was his birthday on Thursday. And in some ways, if he is getting better, I like that. But for some reason, why do I not trust the NBA in handling this fairly for the Raptors? As far as he's our second-round pick, and all of a sudden we don't have him 3 years into his career just because of some mystery ailment. This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. Now, we have to see if we can retain him. That's the thing. In some ways, he come back, and all of a sudden he's on the Lakers. That's some bullshit is what I'm going to say, Wayne. So we'll have to see. I don't know if it's true or not. I have not heard official word. Now, if you've heard something in the grapevine, well, I'll have to see if I see it too at some point. Yeah. Seymour saying Fiercey is the real eye candy. Whoa, Seymour, calm down. Calm down. Cowboys saying, what's the Farmer app say today? All right, you really want me to go look at the Old Farmer's Almanac today? I have not been doing this app, this segment of the show in a while. It's the full strawberry moon, you guys. We had a full moon yesterday, just so y'all know. It was also the summer solstice. Apparently, Cowboy, today is the best day to set posts or pour concrete. So if you're doing any kind of job with concrete or put in posts in the ground, Cowboy, this is the best day to do it. Apparently, according to the signs of the stars and the planets align. So you go ahead and pour that concrete today is what they're saying. Pour the concrete, Bradley. That's what it is. There you go. Alley-oop to Sheriff. All right, we'll give an alley-oop to Sheriff Seymour Pape. That's right. Where is he? 71. 71 is the year for Seymour Pape right now. There we go. Let's see. David's saying, bury your left shoe. That's what they said on the Farmer's Almanac? No, they said pour concrete and set posts. If you want to build a new fence, it's a great day to put the concrete in the ground and put those posts in. That's right. Alley-oop to David. All right, we see John Stockton's here today. Give David Saborin, Trivia Commissioner David Saborin, a dunk from Bradley, 121. 121 for David now. Let's see. David's like, all right. And Monique's laughing. Let's see. Yeah, Cowboys laughing too. Seymour saying, Lex, what's your thoughts on Ryu committing to Florida University, him being a Gator? I hate it. I hate it. I hate the Gators. I hate the Gators. Just like the Flames hate the Oilers, just like the Leafs hate the Canadiens. Yeah, I hate the Gators because I'm a Seminole. I'm a Florida State Seminole, just like Scotty Barnes, just like Mitchell Wiggins, just like, let me see, Sam Cassell, just like, who's another one? Charlie Ward. Yeah, I'm a Seminole. And we hate the Gators. Mike Miller, Jason Williams, all these stupid Gators that have come in the league over time. Yeah, I hate the Florida Gators. Absolutely hate them. In some ways, I love Oliver Ryu because he's 7'9", he's Canadian, and he's a future prospect for Team Canada. But otherwise, collegiately, he can suck it. Go on and lose in the SEC all over the place, Florida. And when you play Florida State, we better kick your ass. That's right. Put that Oliver Ryu in foul trouble and get him out. Coach Ham. That's right, Leonard Hamilton. Let's go. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Yeah, full E Florida State. That's right. Scotty be so proud of me right now. It's like when Bruce Brown showed up on the Raptors this year, Scotty went at him immediately and said something in a press conference about Bruce being a Miami Hurricane and saying some nasty stuff about the Hurricanes. Oh, Bruce is a nice guy, but he is a Miami Hurricane. He kind of dissed U of M, and I loved it because that's what we do in Florida. We hate the University of Florida Gators, and we hate the Miami Hurricanes. And the Florida State Seminoles are the best collegiate football team in that state. And that's what we always believe. The Seminoles, baby. That's right. Bobby Bowden, Deion Sanders, Warwick Dunn, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's see what else is going on in the chat. Wayne's saying the Celtics Dallas finals was bad, not because of the Celtics, but because of the Mavericks. I agree with this completely. They had no real roster. They offered no competition for eventful watching or a final. Our backup point guard has to be a veteran. Yeah, I like all that what Wayne's saying here. I think he's right. I think he's right. If there was a better opponent from the Western Conference, it would have been better watched. I think if it would have been a matchup between the champion from last year, Denver, and Boston, that would have been a way better final. I think in some ways they're going to try and prop up Dallas, but I'm going to say this right now. Dallas is a flash in the pan. They got to the finals this year. They're not going to be better next year. It's bullshit. They were kind of lucky they got to the finals this year. So everybody who's already like they do the too early to in the season kind of power rankings on ESPN, and they're already saying Dallas is going to be a top 3 or top 5 team. You're bullish. You're full of shit. You're absolutely full of shit. They got lucky. They got this far this time. And next year, they're going to be just like they were the year before and the years before that. This is just that one year where they rose up and had a chance, which honestly, they should never had. The Western Conference should have had a better representative in the NBA Finals. Seriously. And I totally agree. Our backup point guard needs to be a vet. Yeah. Fiercey saying, nah, Rico Hines' channel was super boring last year, despite having Pascal on it. Not sure if I'll watch this summer. Yeah, I don't even know how it's going to go down this year. I'm sure Siakam will be there still just because of his friendship with Rico and his history with him. I don't know if the Raptors will be there in full effect at this point. I have no idea. In some ways, Rico Hines did go downhill last year. Fiercey's exactly right. It was way more boring. The year before, everybody got spoiled when the Raptors were there in full effect. And that place, the highlights were a badass the year before Rico Hines. Last year was down. This year, I don't know what to expect. In some ways, I don't care about Rico Hines runs this year. If I watch them, if they're there and they're interesting and Raptors are involved, sure, I'll cover it. But otherwise, if there's no Raptors going there and nothing really to cover about it, I won't. I'll ignore it because there's so much more stuff going on this summer that Rico Hines runs may not be necessary for me to have on my channel just to get more content. We'll just have to see who goes there. And if there is Raptors content there, I will cover it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it really was bad last year, Fiercey. David agrees. Rico Hines runs were boring as hell last year. In some ways, that's true. Fiercey saying, thanks, Seymour. It's the positive vibes that help my looks. There you go. Fiercey's all about being the eye candy. She's all about it. MJ's like, Cowboy saying alley-oop to Fiercey. So true. I will not watch it unless lots of Raptors are going to be there. That's right. I'm all about that. All right, Cowboy. We're going to give Fiercey a dunk. And you know what? I'm going to give you one, too, just for being so nice, giving everybody dunks. Bradley, you got 58 dunks now at this point. 58. Yeah. All right. Seymour's laughing. And Nameless is saying, Sabonis who? That name sounds made up, like it's from the movie Semi-Pro. This is Sergei Bazarevich. That's Sergei Bazarevich, Nameless. Yeah, very interesting name. And yeah, good job by G. He just put mustache rookie Atlanta Hawks, and you got it. Russian mustache rookie Atlanta Hawks, and boom, this guy's name popped up. I would read that text just to find out who he is, but in some ways, I really don't care. In some ways, this is your NBA lesson for today. Sergei Bazarevich. Yeah, hurting Albertans. Why can't you get behind them, Flames Nation? Put aside your differences in some ways. You know, the Oilers got way more Stanley Cups than y'all. In some ways, let them add another one. Seriously, we need to get behind them, y'all. Come on now. Cowboy saying, Nameless in the house. I love it. Alan's saying, Boucher and Clark never participate for Team Canada. That is not true. Boucher has represented Canada in the past in an under division, like in 2017. So that's not totally true. Clark has not. No, he has not. But Clark has also had injury problems in his young career so far. So give him some time. Cowboy saying, phone's going to die later, Lex and Mo and Raptor Freaks. Everyone have a blessed day. Safe day. Yeah, you too, Bradley. Go set those posts and pour those concretes. That's right. Yeah. And Fiercey said, not Barishnikov. Yeah, I brought up Mikhail Barishnikov. Cowboy has got the Raptors fully on blast at this point. The Team Canada guys are gone, and Garrett Temple's even in the chat at this point in the emoticons. I love it how Tom switches it over so quickly. So cool. Mo's saying, yes, he did, Alan. I posted a link in reference to Chris Boucher. Yeah, I'm trying to correct him, Mo, because that is true. Mo's the one who knows this fact. She's the one who shared it with us. yesterday, and I was like, oh, Boucher has played for Canada in his past. All right, let's do some of the stuff we normally do on this channel real quick. We'll start with Leo's life tips. First of all, he's saying this morning, don't be distracted by emotions like anger, envy, resentment. Those just zap energy and waste time. There you go. That's for you, Calgary Flames Nation. Don't be all messed up in envy about the Edmonton Oilers and what they're doing. Don't have resentment that you're not the team in the Stanley Cups. It's zapping your energy, Calgary Flames. Just be loving and happy that your fellow Albertian team is going to have a chance to possibly win the Stanley Cup on Monday in Game 7 against the Florida Panthers. So come on, Canadians, get on the same page. And I agree with Leo here. These emotions hurt you. They take up your time, and they're not useful. And the more unfuckwithable you get, as far as like not taking the bait on this, like getting angry. This is the thing. If you're in public and somebody angers you or something like that, turn the other cheek, because the power in that is way more powerful. If you have anger, they've got you. They've managed to pull your trigger, and you just don't need that. So have more self-control. And one of the things I practice in my own life is not reacting in the moment. Sometimes things will happen very quickly, and the worst thing we do is like make an impulse response that makes it 10 times worse. It's like amping up in a fight. Somebody comes at you and says something really wrong, and you kind of say something really wrong back at them, and it just builds up the bad energy. Well, if somebody comes at you really wrong and says something, you don't have to say something back to them. Just silent. Just go away. Don't give them a reaction. And then, you know what you do? You have a moment of space and clarity of thought that you can think about how you want to handle this situation with a better way. And maybe over time, it's the more healthy way. And it's also the way that actually stands up for your self respect in a more way that actually gets it across in the right way. I'm just telling you, y'all, don't respond in anger. Don't respond in resentment or envy. They zap your energy, like Leo's saying. And in some ways, if you learn how to not respond in the moment and kind of deal with it over time, and you can respond eventually. But if you don't do that initial emotional response, you can save yourself a lot of grief. How about that? How about that? I like piggybacking on Leo's life tips and giving a little bit of a extra angle on it from my point of view on it too. Yeah, I hope Leo doesn't mind that. If Leo, if you have a problem with me doing this, just tell me, please. Please just tell me. All right, let's do the Instagram stories. Y'all, it was Thad Young's birthday yesterday, and everybody was coming at him with birthday wishes all over the Instagram. He's just got birthday wishes from everybody, every which way, business partners, former teammates, just friends, everybody, just celebrating the great, amazing person Thad Young is. In some ways, a lot like our guy Garrett Temple that we're celebrating today also. We love you, Thaddeus. You're going to be a great Raptor in our history forever. As much as the people in Brooklyn and Indiana and Philadelphia and Chicago love you, the people in Toronto love you too, Thad. Everywhere you played, people love you when you leave. I know that. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Scotty Barnes on Legacy Scotty. They're always posting crazy stuff on Legacy Scotty about Scotty. He had a new picture that came out yesterday of him in a red hat in a car. And Scotty's looking like he's in full summer mode. And he's asking, how's everybody? There you go, Scotty. Also, Kelly Olynyk, they did a draft thing with the Raptors, and they showed Kelly in his draft jersey, which was green and gross. And then they show him now. They showed a bunch of the Raptors on draft day, like RJ and Jakob, and showed them later on and how they looked. And SGA was they were Team Canada guys. So that was pretty cool to see. And then also Kelly's celebrating Pride with his wife. And they put the dog, a little hat and a tutu on the dog in rainbow colors. So yeah, Rainbow Railroad for the Kelly and his wife's dog celebrating Pride. Let's see. Precious is at the Pure Balance Camp. He will be there in New York as a special guest. So go and check it out if you're in the New York area and you want to see Precious. He's at the Pure Balance Camp. I'm not sure what dates they are. And these are camps for kids. This is in July. July 16th is when it is. Mr. New York City is distancing himself from the Raptors organization a bit more and more. I can feel it. And I think that in some ways he's a total free agent and he's not totally sure what his future is going to be. So we'll have to see what's going on with Marquise. It could very well be he is not going to be at Summer League for the Raptors. We'll just have to see how that all goes down. Kyle Lowry's on the golf course, as I said, and it looks like he's actually in Scotland or something. So I think Kyle Lowry's actually at the home of golf, talking about golf. What do you expect from Kyle? It's summertime. He's definitely doing that. Looks like Jordan Wara is out on Toronto Island. I think that he took the ferry and he went across the water, and he was over in Toronto Islands yesterday. Jordan Wara taking pictures of the CN Tower from across the water across Lake Ontario. So Jordan, even though he's a free agent and not totally sure if he's going to be on the Raptors next year, it looks like he's been around Toronto the whole summer. Been going to FC games, Blue Jays games, just being in Toronto a lot. Jordan Wara showing that he is very interested in being a Raptor next season too as a free agent. Emmanuel quickly is there's his new account that Mo's talking about. It's titled "I'm Good, but God is Better." I believe that is his new account, and Monique is right, but I don't know for sure exactly yet. But he's promoting the hell out of it, and it's basically like he's putting out like a lot of stuff about his religion on that channel. I'm good, but God is better. And the quote of the day is, "Faith is taking the first step, even when you can't see the whole staircase." That's a quote by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the word of the day is embark, to make a start, to engage, enlist, or invest in an enterprise. Have a wonderful day. All right, Emmanuel, you have a wonderful day too, my guy. We appreciate you, and we look forward to you as the starting point guard for the Raptors next season. Mohamedou Gay has got Nocta, official Nocta. It's a package from them, I guess, and he's saying much love to Nike and Nocta for a package in the mail. And there's your Instagram stories for today. For the Raptors and the Raptors 905, what's going on with them? Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. Cowboy wants me to give an alley-oop to Miss Moody. Jillian Moody is going to get an alley-oop in absentia from Cowboy, even though she's not here. 35. You got the Christian Coloco 35, Jillian. There you go. All right, let's see what else we got going on in the chat, and we'll finish up soon. Let's see. Wayne is saying 189 million over 4 years. Sounds like we could have managed that. You're talking about Siakam. All right. Well, how much is that? 4 into that. So it's like 48 million each year. 48 million. So he's just under 50 million. I know it sounds like we could have managed that, but also you got to understand this, Wayne. That's a big piece of the salary cap. And also, I don't think Siakam does fit with what we're doing at this point. I think that in the time without him, that we saw a difference with how we ran our offense with Darko. And even though the team wasn't winning and they didn't look good, there was more fluid movement around our team. So I think that it's just really like a big picture thing. And sure, I would say this once again, because I've said this in the past week, and I actually said this to David on the phone first. If we put that money on Siakam and we just spin our wheels and it's not going anywhere, in some ways, he's part of the reason why it would be, and it's not a diss on him. He's a certain player, and he really fits with the Pacers way better. He fits better with Miles Turner. He fits better with Tyrese Halliburton. And in some ways, he didn't fit with us right. And even though we have nostalgia, we have a history with him. We love him very much. He's a GOAT. He's a top 4 NBA Raptor of all time to me. It's just not the right thing. And a lot of teams make this mistake, and they just reinvest in a top guy because they feel like he's the guy that they just need to keep around for no matter what. Like Dame Lillard in Portland is a good example of this. I agree completely with us trading him and this happening this way at this point, because I realize we could get Siakam on a 4-year deal like this and we'll regret it like a year or two into it, because we do realize it's still not working. So it's a long-term deal. It's 4 years. That's a long-term deal in the league now. And in some ways, getting locked down with that, we would maybe like the Bulls, who are locked down with Alonzo Ball, or a Sixers locked down with a Tobias Harris. And in some ways, I'm not saying Siakam is not worth that money. It's just that his fit with our team around Scotty it's not worth that money. It's a fit that is worth it in Indiana, because in some ways, Halliburton can take care of the clutch, and Miles Turner is a much better big to play next to him in certain ways. So I don't know. The more I've thought about this, the more I'm very, very good with how we handle Siakam at this point. And I don't have remorse over him not being on the Raptors at this point. I love Siakam. I always will celebrate him. I don't want to sully his name. He's so, so important to our Raptors history. But it was time to move on. And I think Masai and Bobby did the right thing, not trying to hold on out of nostalgia, where it could be a problem down the road, because it's just not, the value's not there for his contract because of certain things. So Kareem's saying, laugh out loud. What are the odds I do concrete and today's my day off? Fuck these damn farmers, man. Always fucking with my vibes. I don't know. Summer projects. People may have a lot of summer projects going on. Who knows? Are you actually pouring concrete today, Kareem? Well, what a perfect day to do it. Seymour saying Bradley Beal is the most overrated Gator ever. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I hate Bradley Beal. He's a Gator. Yeah, he's a Gator. I don't like the Florida Gators in general. I really, really don't. Mostly football, but the basketball team was very good. Billy Donovan's days back there. Oh my gosh, yeah, yeah. I've always been Florida State. It's just how I was raised. I was raised in Tallahassee, and Gainesville was the enemy town down the highway from us. So it's like, yeah, Gainesville versus Tallahassee. There's still a very, very good rivalry between Florida and Florida State. You go to that state, you wear garnet gold or you wear orange and blue. And yeah, we know which side is which. Tommy's saying Andrew Wiggins is only 29 years young. Just saying. Hope he rises up for himself in Canada. Sorry, Mo. Laugh out loud. Okay, so all right. I still feel like he's way old. I mean, I guess he came in the league really young, right? So that's part of the reason why he's like an over 10-year vet, and he's only 29. Well, also, Tom, once again, age is not really the best way to gauge things. You could have a 38-year-old Kyle Lowry, and he can still play in this league because of certain things. Then you could have a 32-year-old Corey Joseph, and he can't. So in some ways, I would say this. Wiggins is already showing a downtrend on his career because he's had a little bit of time away, and he's not playing as high level as he was 2 or 3 years ago. So it's kind of like maybe he peaked around the Warriors' last championship, and he's not going to get better in the next 4 years. I don't know. A lot of it depends on him. If he wants to be like DeMar DeRozan and work his ass off like crazy all the time, and he's just a certain level, yeah, he can have longevity. But in some ways, if he's casual about his career might slip through his fingers in the next 4 years before the next Olympics. So I don't know. I can't even tell you. I don't even know if Andrew Wiggins is going to be good for this year coming up in the NBA, let alone for Team Canada and their invitee camp right now. So there's too many question marks with Wiggins to prognosticate the next 4 years for him is kind of what I say. Hey, Denial's here. Howdy, everyone. Hey, Denial, it's been a little bit. I'm going to give you a dunk for showing up and saying hi to us. We appreciate you. Great Raptor Freak Denial. You're getting your first dunk of this year. That's right. You got a Grady Dick #1, man. You're a Grady Dick #1. There you go. You got to start somewhere. There you go. And Tom's saying hi to Denial. Everybody's saying hi to Denial on his return to the stream. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. All right, let's see. Cowboys saying Denial in the house. Alley-oop at 3.3%. There you go. You're at 3% on your phone. You better hang that up, Cowboy. You better hang that up. Most saying W stream, W vibes. Keep at it always. Good times approaching. Go Raptors for life. A Raptor Freak family crew, strong forever. Go Canada. Hey, Lex, did you see the new OVO times SSS sweater? Yeah, apparently there's a Scarborough Shooting Stars CEBL sweater collaborated with OVO. Of course, Drake is a part owner of that team. I have not seen the sweater yet. I think you did post it in the chat. Let me look at it, and I'll react to it right now. Let me just see, because I know oh, there it is. It's a really neat teal color. It's kind of like Charlotte Hornets color. Is that the color for the Shooting Stars? Because that's what it makes me think. And it's cool because it's the OVO owl in gold and black, and it's got like blue stars over it, which symbolizes the Scarborough Shooting Stars. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't mind it. Do they have it in other colors? Okay, they have a champion shirt too. That's pretty cool. A Canadian Elite Basketball League champion, Scarborough Shooting Stars, one time for the ends. There you go. I like that. And it's got the OVO owl. It's small in the skyline. That shirt is fire. Actually, I really like their champion shirt. In some ways, people need to be rocking that out on the East End. And there's a black hoodie. And it's basically, it looks like a Raptors OVO owl hoodie, except instead of Raptors red on it, there's the blue Shooting Stars over it. So, yeah, some of this stuff is really cool, Monique. Seeing the swag for Scarborough Shooting Stars CBL champions. Of course, they're with Drake, so OVO licensing is there. So very, very cool. Monique, thank you for bringing that up and me putting that on blast. I actually like the designs they have there. Jay's here. Good to see Mischief. Lex, who's the best point guard in the draft for the Raptors to draft? My two guys are 6'5" Carrington or 6'5" Juan Nunez. You know what? I'm going to agree with you. I think that you guys bringing Bub Carrington to me in the last week has made me think he is the best point guard prospect other than very high guys in the draft like Reed Shepherd around our place in the draft that may be possible. And also Juan Nunez is fantastic. So yeah, I will agree with you, Jay. You and I have been lining up a lot with our vision on how we see the draft coming up and a lot of your opinions. You've been coming in here with opinions on the draft a lot in the last few weeks. And I agree with you. I think that in some ways, Bradley talking about Bub Carrington so much last week has kind of brought his stock up in my eyes. I've watched him a little bit more since Bradley said that. And I mean, if the Raptors really are going to go get a point guard this draft, which I don't want them to do, I would be happy if it was Bub or Juan Nunez. Of course, the Juan Nunez pick better be the 31st pick, if or undrafted at the end of the draft. And Bub Carrington, if they get him at the 19th pick, I mean, I guess in some ways he has a lot of promise. He has a lot of promise. But tomorrow, I'll have my top 5 recommended picks for Bobby and Masai for this draft this week on the Sunday special report, 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. So I don't want to reveal them until tomorrow. Wayne saying, what's the latest on Oakville's Saturday ball? My son played league there for years, and if not working, will come and play. Kindly advise. You know what? I totally wish I could, but because it was Adriana's birthday this week, and we had already planned this in weeks in advance. That's part of the reason why I was saying it's probably not going to happen this time, is we're going to Wicked and seeing the play down at Princess of Wales at the same time. So unfortunately, I got to tell my cousin Garrett that I won't be able to come there. Now, I don't know the details about where it is and stuff like that. Maybe I could send you guys down there if you want to go down there without me. But if you don't feel comfortable with that, we'll have to figure out when he's trying to do it again and get on it. I'm going to text him and tell him I can't come today because of the play. But I want to go and meet you guys, Wayne, and play with you guys in Oakville at some point. So I will keep you guys updated. There may be another opportunity, but today's not going to work just because I got to take the lady downtown and we're going to go see a show. So at that same time, Fiercey's got Garrett on blast. Look at Garrett Temple on blast. Let's see. Cowboys saying Mischief in the house. Alley-oop for Mischief. There you go. We'll give Mischief a dunk. The bass man. He's got a Kyle Lowry 7, guys. He's got the Groats number at this point. Kyle Lowry 7. What is going on with that? Why is it doing that way? All right, there it is. 7 for Mischief. All right, let's see. Trevor saying this classic card box is going to be more harder. You got to know your NBA. There you go. That's right. Trevor J saying this is going to be harder. You got Surge Eye. Come on now. Who's going to know Surge Eye? Surge Eye. That's right. Who knew that? Who knew that? G did. That's right. That's right. Let's see. They are not there. They are not there. It's all good. It's all good. I'll read it the right way for you, Wayne. Full Ass is saying Calgarians could use a boost in the economy. They should all be all in on the Oilers and not the Stampede. There you go. I like that. I like that. Yeah, they ain't got no water in Calgary. You're still going to have this tourist event, and they're going to make the citizens suffer. And all the water will be going to the out-of-towners. They're just showing up. They're trying to make that money off of. Yeah, Calgary, get your priorities straight. It's because you have a horrible government. That's what's going on out there. I know what it is. It's because you have a progressive, a piece of crap conservative government in Calgary. That's why you have all these issues with infrastructure and your water all messed up. You better fix it. That's right. Tom Duke's got that blue wave. And he's got the Oilers. That's right. Have a good day, Rapid Freak family. All right, Tommy. Yeah, W's for me. Thank you, Tommy. I like that. I like that. Yeah, Diamond is Fiercey. I like that. I like that. Fiercey's got love eyes. And Mo's saying per S, Oshai likely to be in Summer League, of course. Not sure you saw it in the Facebook chat. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, in some ways it doesn't totally, because he's going in his 3rd year, and usually guys don't play in Summer League in their 3rd year. But if he's going to come and be in Summer League in his 3rd year, I won't be upset. More play for him, especially going there with Grady, because we know Grady will be likely at Summer League, being only coming into his 2nd year. But yeah, that's not normal totally that a 3rd-year player goes to Summer League. But if Oshai wants to go do it, go ahead. Go do it. Denal saying Raptors fans are so dedicated, they probably watch their games with a side of poutine and maple syrup. Raptors Nation. That's pretty stereotypical. But, I mean, I would eat some poutine while I was watching the Raptors. Why not? Why not? I'll be a stereotype. But, yeah, it's a little stereotypical. Maybe I'm chugging the maple syrup at the same time. There you go. Tommy's all about it. He loves it 100%. Trevor J saying OG's looking for $200 million for 5 years. Yeah, I knew this. $40 million a year is what OG wants. Fred's getting 43. Why can't OG get 40? Yeah, our Raptors are bound to get paid. Siakam getting paid. OG gonna get paid. Fred got paid last year. Just not by us. That's right. Let those other teams pay for them. I think OG's worth that money. A lot of people across the league are probably like, this is crazy. Well, you are not respecting the power of OG Anunoby when you think that he is not worth the contract numbers that Trevor just put there. That's right. Mo's saying that Serge Ibaka just dropped some new music. That's right. He's probably got a new video. He's got some new guest appearances, people singing for him over the music. But yeah, we love Serge. He is a talented guy. He does art with his life, whether it's How Hungry Are You, whether it's his fashion and fashion weeks and European cities, whether it's winning championships on the a German team that he plays on. This guy's a renaissance man. And yeah, he's got a lot of things going all at once. In some ways, as we talk about Garrett Temple today and how amazing he is, well, at some point we're going to have a Serge Ibaka Share the Love Club. Seriously, I have not done a Serge Ibaka Share the Love Club. We're going to have to do one at some point. Yeah. Seymour saying Eastside Scarborough Shooting Stars. There you go. 100%. Yeah, those are nice designs by OVO. So definitely check it out. Scarborough Shooting Stars, a very early CEBL champion. This reminds me of what Larry Tannenbaum said recently about the new WNBA team the Kilmer Group is starting. He said at a ribbon cutting recently for the WNBA, he expects our WNBA team to win the WNBA championship in the first 2 years of its existence. That's what he wants. Seriously. Larry Tannenbaum is saying he wants the Toronto WNBA team to win right away. So that's kind of badass. I love it, Larry. Let's go. Let's get a championship in the WNBA right away in Toronto. That would be amazing. Seriously. Maybe they'll be a little bit like the Vegas Golden Knights and an expansion team that gets to the finals in the WNBA right away. That would be awesome. What if the Toronto team wins the WNBA championship in the first year of its existence? That would be a badass thing, wouldn't it? It'd be so cool. Let's see. Wayne saying, I know this week is out. Question for the future timeline. Yep. Things got to be scheduled. Yeah. They popped this on me last Sunday, Jarrett, at my grandmother's birthday. And I'm like, dude, I'm all about this. So we've got each other's numbers. I'll feel him out on when he might do it again. Hopefully he'll do it sometime this summer. And we'll definitely try and get everybody organized. Hopefully he can give me more of a lead time. And then I can get y'all organized. Like, I really hope Mischief will come too. And we have your son. And, anybody else who can come. If David wants me to come pick him up, Bradley, you want to come over, Kareem, you can make it. Anybody who's around the Oakville area and they can make it over there, we'll do it. And we'll get it more organized. This was just two thrown together at the last minute. And to be honest, they just are going down there to shoot around. And maybe if they enjoy it, maybe they'll do it regularly. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Seymour saying, I'm going to try that today. Poutine, maple syrup, and fried chicken. There you go. That's kind of like a play off of chicken and waffles with the maple syrup, except throw some poutine in there also, man. That's just like a big Canadian mess right there. Ooh. Kareem saying, hey, I'm from Saga and won't mind coming down to Oakville to mess with some kids. Bring my 19-year-old. He's a hooper. There you go. That's what I'm saying. We're going to do this. I want to play basketball with some of the Raptor freaks. And we're going to make this happen at some point. We're going to figure this out. Yeah. And Mo's saying, go Larry T. Yeah, she loves what I just said about Larry, saying that he wants the WNBA team to win right away, win that championship right away. All right, let me see. Is there anything else in my tabs that I forgot about? Yeah, we'll do more draft stuff tomorrow, guys. We're definitely going to talk about the draft heavy tomorrow on the Sunday Report. There is a birthday today. We have a birthday for one of our NBA champions, Raptor champions, mercenary Danny Green. It's Danny Green's birthday today, guys. And I believe Danny is, let me see, he's 20, 30. He is 37. Danny Green turning 37 today. So happy birthday to Danny Green, former NBA champion with the Raptors, the Lakers, and the Spurs. So yeah, Danny Green's birthday today, guys. Yeah, mercenary, Green Ranger. All right, David, game over. 200 points for G on the crazy ass Sergei Bazarevich rookie card. If you want this card, like maybe somebody out here is a big fan of this guy, you can get this card at the next Raptor Freak Hangout. I'll bring him to the basketball game. Seriously, I'll bring this box, and especially if Kareem's coming, I'll bring him his Doug Smith book. And yeah, all the cards will be there too. So you all can take these cards when we play basketball too. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching me today. Once again, I'll be back tomorrow for Sunday special report. Lex's top 5 picks for who Bobby and Masai should target in the draft this week. So if you're interested in hearing my opinions on who I think these guys should select, tune in tomorrow and we'll do just general draft talk, get a lot of draft stuff in. So y'all do some research today and think about more about who you want. Maybe we'll do extra scouts tomorrow. So maybe what I'll do is, since we didn't do a scout today, we'll do like unlimited scouts. So if you guys want to give me names tomorrow, or we could do we'll do re-scouts of some of the guys that we may have already done to revisit. and then I will tell you which ones I want. Yeah. Denal saying, anyone here have a DTF printer and have a Gideon account connection? I need good prices on blanks and someone to print some designs. That's an interesting networking question, Denal. I do not have that myself. If somebody else does, then they'd have to get in contact with you. But this may not be the time because we're kind of busy and we're about to finish. Trevor saying, me and my cousin are hunting for tickets for the Commissioner's Cup final on Monday. I'm heading up to New York today to see my brother. All right, Commissioner Trevor J is going to try and go to the finals of the Commissioner Cup and the WNBA on Monday with the Minnesota Lynx versus the New York Liberty. So yeah, very, very cool. Trevor, good luck with that. All right, guys, thanks for watching me. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you like the channel a lot, you can join. Membership has its privileges, and there's levels of membership. You can ask David Saborin. He's gotten to the point where he might get a cross-country trip with the Raptors Freak, driving across the country to Canada to Victoria, British Columbia next summer. So there is perks on the different levels of membership. All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody. Have a great Saturday. Raptorize your day just like Nat Bhatia would. And do your life like Garrett Temple. Be a multifaceted person with a lot of options because you are all about different interests and you're increasing your skill level and all kinds of different stuff all the time. Whether you want to be a lawyer, a coach, a broadcaster, or continue your NBA career, Garrett Temple, the Raptor Freak family wishes you the best of luck in whatever direction you're going towards at this point. We would love to have you on the Raptors again, if not as a player, but in some sort of function. But I know that your horizons are so broad and bright that you could really do whatever you want. So much love and respect to the Temple family, Garrett, his wife, and his father, and his siblings, and everybody in the Temple family. All right, y'all. Thanks a lot, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's go Raptors. Let's go Team Canada, and let's go WNBA Toronto.